Hi everyone, and welcome to my live creative time today. My name's Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. Welcome to another week of crafting. I missed everybody last week. Oh my goodness. So we had, Monday was a public holiday, and then Thursday, our puppy dog had been sick all through the night. So yes, so she was still not well in the morning, and then the rest of the afternoon we kept caught up on sleep. But I'm back this week. But it feels like it's been ages. So yeah, time just flies. All right, so while everybody is finding their notifications that I've gone live, and we're waiting for a few people to jump on, I'll bring this live up on my other devices so that I can see all of your comments there. Alrighty, so let's bring that up on my iPad. There we go. And over on my computer. Let's see. Oh, we need to do a refresh over there. So as you're jumping on, say hi. Let me know that you are here. Chat along with me. And if this is your first time watching with me, let me know where you are watching from. We always love to meet new friends. Okay, there we go. Glenda's here. Hi, Glenda. How are you? Great to see you. Great to have you here. How has your last couple of weeks been? Because as I was saying, I missed just last week. Just last week I missed. Yeah. So I was here the week before that, but it just feels like so much has happened. Like time just goes so quickly and so much happens in a week. Yeah. But I have got lots of things to share with you today, so very exciting. We've just had a team swap. So I have got some lovely swap cards to send. I already sent my swap cards. I've got lots of lovely swap cards to share with you today. And then we're going to make mine that I created for our swap. So team swaps is just one of the fun things we do as a team. Whenever there's a new catalogue, we do team swaps and we share ideas. It's a way of sharing ideas together. If you don't know what a swap is, a card swap is, it's just where you design a project, can be a card or a 3D item. We do cards in our team for our swaps. It's just easier. And then you make multiples of the same project, and then you swap them with other people, and then they swap back with you. So you end up with a whole heap of different ideas, and it's also a lot of fun. It's great to receive all that happy mail in the letterbox as well. That's always lots of fun. And yeah, so we love it as a team. And yeah, and so it's building each time we do it. It's building, and more people are joining in. So it's lots and lots of fun. So it's really great. But we have got lots to share today, so I might jump in. Oh, Glenda said, I'm very sad today as we had a live stream for my mum's funeral, so I'm feeling very lost today. Oh, Glenda, I'm so sorry. Oh, that's awful. But watching you will help. I hope that I can shed some light and love into your day today. Yeah, that's a very hard time. My heart goes out to you. Yeah, it's very hard losing our mums, losing our parents, whether it's mum or dad. But yeah, I feel for you. I'm so sorry to hear that. But yeah, all right. I hope that I can brighten up your day a little bit today, although it's a hard day. And if you feel like you need to go, that's okay too. Just go if you need to go. All right. Well, before we jump into our crafting, I've got a few things to share with you. So at the moment, Stampin' Up! Has got an amazing paper sale on some of the designer series paper from the annual catalogue. So the annual catalogue, in case you are not aware, is this one here. And oh, hang on, I've got my plastic page on the front that's reflecting. I'll just turn that over. This is the annual catalogue, and this one is current, goes right through until next year. And this one has got so many beautiful products. All of our tools are in here, all of the coloured ink pads, markers, alcohol markers, which are the Stampin blends, stamp sets, dies, all different sorts of things. You'll find all of that here in the catalogue. Now you can find all of those products in the online store as well, but personally I love having a physical copy of the catalogue that I can leaf through and just go back over and over and over, and I just find it, I find lots of little gems in here, more so than looking online. So, and also too, in the catalogue you also get sample projects as well, so you can get lots of creative inspiration from the catalogue. It shows you how to use some of the products. Yeah, it's just really, really beautiful. So if you don't have one of these beautiful catalogues and you would like one, then I have a link that you can click on to get one of those beautiful catalogues here in Australia. Now, unfortunately, I can't send them overseas, but if you are overseas and you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that you're working with, feel free to send me a message or an email, because I have lots of contacts all around the world, so I can certainly hook you up with somebody in your country. So yeah, so please feel free to get in contact with me. But if you are here in Australia and you would love one of those catalogs, I would love to get one out to you. Now, all of my links will be in the description of this video. I have not put them there yet. I forgot to actually put them there, to be honest, before I went live. I was rushing at the last minute today. Surprise, surprise. I always think I've got all of this time and then it just comes up really quickly. But let me just, I'll put the link in the comments. Hang on a sec. I'll put the link in the comments for now, and then at the end when I finish filming, I'll put it in the description of the video. And over on YouTube, when this is uploaded over to YouTube, all my links will already be there in the description of the video. Okay, so that'll be there for you. All right, so that's in the comments now to request a catalogue. But yeah, so check out all of these beautiful papers that are on sale at the moment. So there's 13 different paper packs that are on sale, 15% discount. So it's a great time to stock up on all your beautiful papers. And if you were part of my paper share, or perhaps you partook in somebody else's paper share and you got that sampling of products, now that you know which of the papers that you love, now is a great time to grab a full pack of them, or even a couple of packs, and add them to your stash while they are on special. So be sure to check out that special if you haven't already. The other thing is hey Martha, how are you? Great to have you here. And Julie's here too. Hi Julie, great to have you with us. Oh, she was 98 and a half, your mum, Glenda. Wow, that is amazing. That is a good long life, isn't it? Not many people get to that age these days. That's amazing. Wow, what a strong woman she must have been, hey? That's great. Yeah, good on her. All right. Now, also too, Stampin' Up! Has got a starter kit promotion running at the moment as well. This ends at the end of June. And at the moment, with the starter kit, I mean, any time is a great time to join Stampin' Up!, but especially when there is a special on the starter kit, it is a fantastic time to join, because in this offer, you will get extra value in your starter kit. So you get extra freebies in your starter kit. So the starter kit is fully customizable. You choose whatever products you want to put into the starter kit. This is just a bit of an idea, a bit of a sample of what you could choose. But if you don't want these products, you don't have to choose those. You choose whatever you like to put in there, even the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. At the moment, you get to choose $283 worth of product in your starter kit, but you only pay $169. So let's have a look. What's the... Oh, I just can't think off the top of my head because I know it has changed. All right, so say you want the large Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. That's the one you can see over my shoulder there on the trolley. If you wanted that large machine, it's normally $223. Okay, if you popped that in your starter kit now, while it's on special, you would get that for only $169. Plus, you would still have money left to add additional items into your starter kit, because you can choose up to $283. So that would be an extra $60 that you could put into your starter kit as well as the machine. Now, if you don't need the machine, that's okay. You can fill the starter kit with whatever you want. So yeah, so it is a great time to join. Now, I would love to have you come and join our beautiful team. If you would like to, and you're here in Australia, we have a beautiful crafting community of lovely, lovely people. We have a great time together. We even have a special team retreat coming up in August, which is going to be a lot of fun. It's a full day in-person crafting retreat. We're going to have a fantastic day, which you'll be able to join in as well if you join my team. And also too, we do all sorts of things. We have monthly team gatherings where we get together and I keep everybody up to date. We do crafting together. This year we went on a team lunch, so I'm going to be doing more of those sort of in-person events where we can all get together in person. We have a team Facebook group, so we share our creativity in there. I run creative challenges and I give prizes, I give team recognitions, all different sorts of things, vouchers, all different sorts of things. We have a great time together. And everybody is so beautiful and inclusive. We have a really lovely community. Great friendships have been formed there. And it's just a beautiful place of belonging. So if you would like to come and experience that, or if you have more questions, please feel free to ask me. Now, not only that, but when you purchase that starter kit, you will then you'll get free shipping on that starter kit. Plus, you'll get an ongoing 20 to 25% discount on all your Stampin' Up! Products, which is amazing. But if you decide that you join and then you just want the starter kit and you don't want to get anything else, that's totally fine. You don't need to sell products. You don't need to do Facebook Lives or classes or anything like that. You can simply purchase the products for yourself. But if you decide that you buy the starter kit and then you think, oh no, I don't want to do anything else, that's totally fine. You have got 3 months before you really have to make a decision if you want to continue or not. And then if you don't, that's fine. You can go back to being a customer at any time. And there's no exit penalties or anything like that. And you can make your decision at any time. So there's no lock-in period or anything like that. I just say 3 months because you've initially got 3 months before you have to worry about, whether or not you decide to continue or not. You have 3 months at least to enjoy that discount. So if you wish to, and if not, that's okay too. So please let me know if that is something you are interested in. Ask me any questions. But yeah, it's a great time to join. So if you've got a long wish list, and it is getting up close around $169, then for sure join, because then you'll get the starter kit and you'll get $114 worth of product for free. So it's a no-brainer and it's the best value in the catalog. And I love to help people get the best value. So yeah, please consider that if you haven't already joined. All right, I'm going to pop my Linktree link down in the description. This has all of my links there, okay? Apart from the one I'm about to share with you, which is a brand new one, and I'll be adding that today. But I do have a separate link for that anyway, so I can give you the separate link. But let me just, I'm going to pop the Linktree link in the comments, and then it will be in the description of the video later. That has got all of my links there. So you just click on that. That takes you through. You can then decide where you want to go. If you want to go to my online store, if you want to go to, if you want to join, the join link is there. If you want to go to my blog link is there. If you want to sign up for my newsletter, make sure you sign up for my newsletter if you haven't already as well. And you can also do that directly from my blog. Plus there's a link there in that link tree I just put in the comments. But yeah, when you sign up for my newsletter, I send out weekly newsletters with updated information, everything that's happening, my classes, any sales specials, promotions. I do pop in there additional creative content from time to time. Plus, I will always link to my creative content for the week from my lives and my blogs as well. So if you happen to miss any of my videos, then the information from those will be in my newsletter as well. Yeah, all different sorts of things. Also, I've got additional tutorials in there that you can purchase, all different sorts of things. Sometimes I do tips and ideas, tips and techniques and ideas and all sorts of things. So definitely register for my newsletter if you haven't already done so. All right, let me catch up on some of these comments. Hey, Dimity, how are you? Great to have you here. Hi, Rose. Oh, it's cold down in Tassie today, is it? I bet. It was 0 here this morning, so it must be absolutely freezing. You must be in the minus degrees down there today, I'm sure. Or at least this morning anyway. First thing, it's getting cold. Great savings on the machine, Amber says. Yes. Yeah, you don't realize until somebody actually mentions that about the machine, because it's usually $223. But you can get it for $169 plus add an extra $60 into your starter kit right now at the moment until the end of June. So, hi Sam, how are you? Great to have you here. And who else have we got? Kathleen's here too. Hi Kathleen, great to see you too. Yes, I saw that you had signed up for the newsletter last week, Sam. Fantastic. That is awesome. You won't miss out on anything now because it'll all go straight to your email inbox every week. So that is awesome. Thank you so much for signing up. I hope you enjoy my newsletter. Alrighty. Now, the other thing, I have something new this week for you, and it goes really well with the DSP that is on sale at the moment. But of course, we love embellishing our projects, and as I always say, every project needs ribbon and bling. Well, I have something special for you. I have got a ribbon and trim sampler available for you. Now, this the link for this one I'll pop in the comments. I will add it to my link tree later today. But it is a sampling of all of the new ribbons. So not the ribbons that have been carried over from the previous catalogs, but all the ones that are new that have come with the new catalog. So it is a sampling of those, which is awesome because we all love our ribbon and bling, don't we, for our beautiful projects. So be sure to check that one out. Let me grab the link for that one. I've just created that link just before I went live, so I had that ready for you. So I'll pop that here in the comments. There we go. Make sure you go and check that one out. It's just a cheaper way of getting a sample of all of those brand new ribbons rather than having to buy a whole spool of them, because you might buy a whole spool of ribbon and a lot of the ribbons have got like 9.1 meters on them. Sometimes you might not use that amount of ribbon, or sometimes you might buy a whole spool of ribbon and then you get the ribbon and you think, oh, it's not really what I wanted, or it doesn't coordinate well with enough of my cards or whatever. But this way you're getting a sampling of lots and lots of different ribbons. Look at all of these beautiful ribbons here. Aren't they gorgeous? And thank you to Amber for making this this visual for us, this graphic for us. She does a great job with my graphics for me. She creates some, I create some, but this is one of hers, and she just did such a great job with creating that one. So thank you, Amber. But yeah, so this is a great way of getting lots and lots of different ribbons that will coordinate with, so you're bound to always have something then that will coordinate with every project because it's a range of colors. So check out the registration form and it'll tell you how many meters you get of each of the ribbons, etc. Now there's two different packs as well, two different ribbon samplers, so you can choose to get one or the other, or you might like to choose both of them, and they are both very affordable as well. So be sure to check that out and have a look at that, and I'll be promoting that a bit more throughout the week as well. So yeah, a ribbon sampler like this, I'm not sure, I think I've only ever done one other ribbon sampler before. I tend to just usually stick to the papers, but I thought ribbon, got all these new ribbons and I want to get them into the hands of my customers and my team members as well, and my friends. So yeah, so check that out for sure. That is going to be an awesome sampler. Alrighty. Now, I have got some beautiful, beautiful cards to share with you from our team swap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tip the camera down onto the desktop so that I can show you up close all of these beautiful cards, and then I have got a gorgeous project for you, which was my team swap, which I'm going to create with you today. So it's going to be lots of fun. So we will get started, because otherwise we're going to be, otherwise it'll go too long. All right, so bear with me. I'm going to cover up the camera while I tip it down so that I don't make you all seasick. Here we go. All right. Undo my clamps. All right, so I'll just tighten everything back up again. Bear with me while I just get this all set up. We'll do these ones up nice and tight. Take that down a little bit. Alrighty, and while the camera is catching up, because we do have a little bit of a delay, I'll just adjust the lights so we can get some lights on the subject. All right, I think we need to go a little bit closer. Just a tad. Got my jacket getting in the camera view there, my Stampin' Up jacket. One of the perks of being a Stampin' Up demonstrator, one of the many perks, is that, oh, that camera's crooked. We get Stampin' Up merchandise available to us that we can purchase that is for Stampin' Up demonstrators only, which is super cool. So my jacket, you might have seen my post yesterday with my handbag, my Stampin' Up handbag, which I love. It goes everywhere with me every day. That's one of the demonstrator only products that we were able to, or merchandise I should say, that we were able to purchase as well. And my Stampin' Up jacket, which I love as well. Now this camera is not sitting straight. What is going on? Let's tip it that way a little bit. It's all, oh, my camera must be over too far today. You can see the side of my desk. That's not normally like that. There we go. And we're still very wonky, aren't we? See, look, I'm out of practice. I've been off filming for, or not filming for a whole week, and everything is all over the shop. Let's move these down so you can see these. Okay, great. Now, the products that I'm showing you today and all of the swap projects are from the current annual catalogue, which is the May 2023 to April 2024 annual catalogue. And all of the products you can find in my online store as well as in the catalogue. And remember, I said if you would like a catalogue, let me know. There was a link I popped in the comments, and I would love to get one of these out to you. Oh, thank you so much for sharing, Sam. Yes, anyone that would like to share this video, feel free to share it with your friends who you think might like some crafty inspiration, or you might think, oh, sorry, if you think they might enjoy this, feel free to share my video. Remember to give me some likes and loves as well if you enjoy this video. That really helps me as well. And comment and chat with me as well. I love chatting with you all while we are crafting. So back to products you will find in my online store at mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com. You'll also find there on my blog other creative inspiration for projects I have made. There's links there through to my classes, my class calendar, tutorials for sale, my newsletter subscription, and all different sorts of things. Now, if you are shopping with me, be sure to use my host code. This is my June 2023 host code. So be sure to use that when you're shopping with me. And if your orders are over $75, I will send you a thank you gift as well to thank you for shopping with me. And every order receives a thank you card. All right, let's have a look at these beautiful swap cards without further ado. So this gorgeous one here was made by Robin Falang from my team, sorry. And Robin has used the Share a Milkshake bundle, with the Cane Weave 3D embossing folder. And how fun is this with all those bright colors? I just love it. I love the texture. She's done a little bit of inking around the edges there. Really beautiful card. Well done, Robin. All of the swaps this time. The standard has just been outstanding. It's been amazing. Everyone has done such a great job with their swaps. So thank you so much for your swap card, Robin. Then we have this one here. Oops. This one was created by Amanda Fitzgerald. Amanda has used the Coffee with Friends stamp set, which is one that I don't have actually. I really like that one. Might have to add that one to my list. Some of the new colors that she's used for coloring on here are Pecan Pie and see the Pecan Pie in the cardstock as well. Lemon Lolly. So we've got a bit of Lemon Lolly here and Pretty Peacock. They're the colors of the cardstock. She's used the Fresh as a Daisy Designer Series paper, which coordinates really beautiful with the colors she's used. And the adhesive backed solid gems for embellishments. So isn't that just beautiful? And I love this sentiment. Sometimes you just need to reheat your coffee one more time and try again. That's so me. I'm always reheating my, well, I don't drink coffee, but I drink tea. And I'm always reheating my cups of tea. And she's used that beautiful Vellum Basics as well, which, yeah, which is really beautiful. Comes in 3 different patterns. So beautiful card, Amanda. Thank you for your swap. Then we have, whoops, oh, we've got 2 there. Hang on a sec. This one here is from Julie Bartolo. And I think Julie's with us today. I think I saw Julie jump on earlier. Were you here, Julie? Thought I saw Julie's name pop up earlier. Yes, she did. She said hello to me earlier. Oh, yeah, Sam said Amanda Fitzgerald does some great cards. Yes, she does, doesn't she, Sam? Yeah, she's really great. Yeah, so this beautiful card from Julie is just so gorgeous, so pretty. I just love all of the elements that Julie's used on this card. She's used the Season of Chic stamp set and dies. And she's also used, we've got the oak leaves here, and this is one of the dies. She's used the Two-Tone Flora stamp set and dies, and the Charming Sentiments as well. So she's used stamp sets and dies, which I think all of that just goes so well together. Really beautiful. Some of the new colors Julie's used is Berry Burst, which is one of our returning colors, which was a previous in color. And she's also used Bubble Bath. I love that Bubble Bath. And don't the Berry Burst and the Bubble Bath go so beautifully together? She's also used the Cane Weave 3D embossing folder and the Tinsel Gems 4-pack. So there's a Tinsel Gems 3-pack and a 4-pack, I think. So different colors in the 2 different packs. I love these ones. They're really pretty. So gorgeous card, Julie. She's even done the inside there. Just beautiful. Thank you for your card, Julie. Julie has done a great job on that one too, hasn't she, Sam? Yeah, really gorgeous. Everyone did such a wonderful job this time. Like the standard was just outstanding on these cards this time. This one is from Kathleen, and Kathleen is also here. Kathleen Grimer. Beautiful card from Kathleen. And Kathleen has also used Share a Milkshake Bundle, and she's used the deckled rectangle dies, and I love how she's offset the colors there. Or the layers, I should say. And the colors that she's used, the new colors, we've got Bubble Bath and the Berry Burst and the Lemon Lolly as well. So she's done some inking around her layers, which looks fantastic. And she's used the little hearts from the set there as a background in the Lemon Lolly. How cool is that? Love those colors. They go so well together. Really, really beautiful. Thank you so much for your card, Kathleen. I love it. It's gorgeous. Ah, there's Julie. Julie says, thank you for showing my card. Of course, Julie, you're very welcome. It's a beautiful card. Oh, actually, let's have a look. Did we see the inside? Did Kathleen do? Oh, yeah, look, Kathleen stamped a few of those little hearts on the inside too, just to dress up the inside a little bit. Isn't that gorgeous? I forgot to show the insides of the first couple. I think everyone did inserts except for me. I think I didn't do one in my, I think I forgot in my swap card. I'm just having a look to see the other ones. Oh, they're hard to get to now. They're buried with the other ones, but I think everyone did inserts except for me. Now this beautiful one, this one is a fun fold card. This is from Roz Pedersen Court on my team, and Roz has used the beautiful Earthen Elegance. And as you all know, or you probably all know, I love the Earthen Elegance, and I was featuring that not last week, week before, all week. It was really beautiful. And this one is a pop-up card. So it sits up like that. It's a bit hard to show on camera, but it sits up like that. So you've kind of got the two squares, or rectangles really, that make it sit up. And because I've had it sitting flat, it doesn't want to sit, but there we go. And you can sit it displayed like that. And that's how it sits. Yeah, isn't that great? I haven't actually seen that fold before, so I'll have to give that one a go. But it looks pretty easy to create actually. And then the panel that you write on is on the back, and she's stamped on the back as well. So Roz has used, some of the new colors is the Pebbled Path, which is the gray background piece, the Moody Mauve, which I love, Moody Mauve, it's gorgeous, Pecan Pie. The Pecan Pie is this one here, and the Wild Wheat. The Wild Wheat, I love the Wild Wheat. It's such a gold color, and Copper Clay as well. So, and we've got Pretty Peacock in there as well. So yeah, all the beautiful, all those gorgeous, beautiful new colors. Isn't that just beautiful? So thank you, Roz, for your beautiful card. And Sam says, I've made 2 cards today. I'll show you pics of them later, Mandy. Oh, that'd be awesome, Sam. Yeah, definitely send them through to me. All right, this beautiful one here. Oh, hang on, let me take my sticky off the back that has my details. This one is from Lisa Sant. And this was, I think this was Lisa's first swap with us. She's one of our newer team members, and she just did such a brilliant job for her first swap, and it's just a beautiful card. And Lisa has used the Bright and Beautiful Suite, and look, she's even sent me a beautiful coordinating envelope. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? And see how that Wild Wheat just looks like gold on there. Isn't that beautiful? She's done such a great job. So she's used the Bright and Beautiful Suite for all of the decorative elements, including the designer series paper. She's got all of the new colors in there, and a variety of the specialty papers as well, with that beautiful glimmer, which I'm not sure if you can see. We've got a bit of foil in there. That's the hologram foil cardstock. These are some of the glimmer cardstocks. She's got some beautiful ribbon in there, gorgeous embellishments. She's just, and some of that beautiful printed window sheet as well. So just so many beautiful elements in there, some vellum as well. She's done some splatter. Well, actually, has she done splatter on the background, or is that the DSP? That's a good question. I love that effect though. I think it might be the DSP. Yeah, isn't that gorgeous? And she's done the inside as well. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So beautiful card, Lisa. Thank you so much for that. Gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, and then we have got Debbie, and this was also Debbie's first, Debbie Woods. This was Debbie's first swap with our team as well. And Debbie has used the adorable Little Monkeys stamp set and punch, so it comes as a bundle. And this one is a fun fold as well. Check this out. Look at that. Isn't that just so cool? Look at the dimension on that. Isn't that so adorable? Look at that, they pop up. It's a little pop-up card. And I hadn't seen a pop-up like this before either, so this is another one that I'll have to try out. But just so fun. Look at those pop-ups there. You see those pop-ups? Isn't that awesome? Yeah, so everyone just absolutely outdid themselves with this swap. They did a great job. So that one closes like that. And I'm just trying to work out where would you write on this one. You could write in here, in between there, or you could put another strip. No, actually that doesn't get fully covered up, I think. Yeah, no, you could always put another panel on the back too. Or you can just write in amongst the monkeys on the inside. Yeah, but super, super cute. I love those little monkeys. They're so adorable. All right, and we've got one more. And this one is Dimity's beautiful card. And I know that Dimity is here with us as well. So, yeah, Sam is saying, great job, Lisa. And great job, Debbie Woods as well. Yeah, they did a great job. And Dimity is here with us as well. And Dimity made this awesome fun fold card as well. Isn't that beautiful? And I hadn't seen one like this before. So I'll definitely have to try one of these out. So the back is white, so you could write your little message there on those back panels. And yeah, and so it closes flat like a standard size card. Sorry, I'm holding everything up really high today because I've got my camera a bit closer to me today. And then I love how it opens. Oops. With those panels like that. And so then when you stand it up, it has this panel sort of sitting flat and these come out like a peak. Looks like it's almost like a it's similar to one of those, what are they calling them? The seagull cards, the flying bird cards. It's similar to one of those, only you have these additional panels that are really beautiful. And I love this DSP. So Dimity has used the Delightfully Eclectic Designer Series paper for this beautiful, isn't this so pretty? I love this. I need to get some of this paper. And she's got Berry Burst. Berry Burst goes beautiful with that paper. That's one of the returning colors that was a previous in color. So thank you so much for your beautiful card, Dimity. I really love this one. And this is another one that I'll have to have a go at. And Dimity actually sent me the directions of how to make, with a diagram as well, of how to create this fold. So I've got a few new ones here I have to try. And that's another great thing with participating in card swaps is you get all these great new ideas for new techniques and new fun folds to try. And yeah, so I love it. Thank you, Dimity. It's a beautiful, beautiful card. So didn't everyone do great with all of their swaps? I'm just so proud of everybody in my team for their swaps. They did a great job. Now, not everybody in my team participates in swaps, and that's okay too. Not everybody. I'm just going to refresh my screen over on my computer because it's gone black again. You need to try to make that card, Sam. Yeah, it's a really cool one. I'm not sure if it has a specific name. Maybe Dimity can let us know if that particular fun fold has a name. And perhaps you could look it up online. Is Dimity still with us? Are you still here, Dimity? Yeah, let us know what type of fun fold that is called. Okay, my laptop is playing up. That's okay. I can still see comments down here on my iPad. So all good. All right, now would you like to see mine? Would you like to see my swap card? And I know some of you on here were part of the swap, so you've already seen it. But I haven't shared any of these swaps with our team yet because I was making sure that everybody had received all of their swaps first before I shared them with the rest of the team. But here is mine. And, whoops, hang on a sec. Just have to get it out of the packet because I've got all the instructions and things in there. This is mine here. So cute, using the Le Shop's suite, the Le Shop. Now, I'm not sure if it's called Le Shop or Le Shops. It's spelled L-E-S-H-O-P-P-E-S. But being French, I don't know that you pronounce the S at the end of shop. So Le Shop, and this is the card that I created. Now, mine is actually naked on the inside. Look at that. I didn't put an insert in here. I mean, with a card like this being very vanilla, being a light color, you don't necessarily have to. You can just write straight on there. But majority of times I do add an insert. I just forgot this time with all the swaps. So when I go to send this one out, I probably will put another matte layer and then probably another piece of vanilla just to add a little bit, might add a little bit of stamping, or maybe a little bench seat in there would be cute, wouldn't it? So this is the Le Shop. Have you all seen this one before? Let me know in the comments. Oh, Roz is here. Hi, Roz. I just showed your card, your beautiful card. I just shared that with everybody. You just missed it. Well, you've seen it, of course, because you made it. But everyone thought your card was beautiful, Roz. Now, I'll bring in the catalogue and I'll show you. Oh, Dimity said, yes, she said, I'll need to have a think of the name and get back to you, Sam. Oh, there you go, Sam. She's going to have a think about what type of fold that one is called. Oh, yeah, there we go. Roz says, yes, it's pronounced shop. Okay, so Le Shop. And you can find it on pages 30 to 31. Let's find it in the catalogue. Here it is here. I'll just move my card over for a moment and I'll show you the entire suite. So here we go. So this is the Le Shop, and it is so adorable. So you've got the stamp set and the coordinating dies, which we're going to be playing with today. You've got the beautiful designer series paper, which I actually haven't used on this project. I mainly use the stamp set and dies, but the paper is gorgeous. I'll probably be playing with that on Thursday. If you come back and watch my Thursday morning live at 11 a.m. over on YouTube, I'll probably be playing with that then. But yeah, look at all these sample projects. It's so fun. I love this suite. So yeah, so there's also the sequins, what are they called? Loose silver sequins. They are part of the suite as well. They make great shaker cards, as well as you can use them individually for embellishing as well. It's a really cost-effective way of embellishing as well with these sequins, because you get so many in the pack, and if you're just using them, you know, a few at a time, then you'll be able to use them on so many different projects. We love sequins. You just these ones are not self-adhesive ones, so you just add a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue or whatever your preferred glue is. So there you go. So that's where you can find these products, but that's what we're playing with today. So today, as I said, I'm sharing the stamp set and the dies. There's the stamp set, there's the dies. The dies I haven't yet put on my magnetic sheets, but I probably will, because this one's got a lot of little pieces. I'll just take them out. This one's got a lot of little pieces in it. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be playing with today. And we've got some lovely sentiments here, and sentiments for lots of different occasions. So this is a really versatile set. So you've got some books there, you can create a bookshop. You've got bakery goods there, you can create bakeries. You've got table and chairs there, you can create a cafe. You've got a little signboard. There's some lights to go in the windows at the top. There's decorative elements. There's a sign there, so you can put some of these things in a sign at the top. You can color these, but I stamped mine in early espresso and then just added color with the elements and just kept it very neutral. But I'll show you how to create that today. But I love the sentiment. So we've got good luck, we've got bakery, happy birthday, you are such a sweet treat. We've got a little cafe sign there, hello, books. So we've got a bookshop sign. Let's get together and wish you were here. So lots of different sentiments for lots of different occasions. I think that covers, yeah, you could use some of those for pretty much anything, couldn't you? So there we go. We are incorporating a few other products as we go, but I will show you those as we go along. So I'll pop those over. Oh, with the dies, so you have dies to cut out the two portions of the little shop, the table and chairs, these elements here, the lights. Do we have, no, not to cut those ones out, but then we do have additional things. We've got an awning, a lamp post, which I've used on here, the awning, the lamp post, the chair. We've got the greenery as well. Yeah, so you get all those extra little bits as well. Isn't that cool? All right, so let's get to creating. I've got my stamps already mounted up on the blocks. We're going to be doing some masking off with a couple of those. So I'll just pull all of those out so I've got them ready to go. Whoops, dropping things here. All right. And I've got my pack here ready to go. Now I did a couple of the steps already just to cut down on a bit of time, because I thought it's, you know, there's a lot of elements to this card, so it might take a little bit of time. It is a photopolymer stamp set. Okay, so it's a clear photopolymer. I know that some people are not a fan of photopolymer, but I'll show you some tips and tricks of getting good stamped images with photopolymer as we go. So it will hopefully help you in your paper crafting as well. I love the photopolymer because you can see through it and line things up, and it's really great. I do radiate more towards the red rubber in terms of preference, because I guess that's what I really have been crafting with for so many years, is the red rubber stamps, the cling stamps. But yeah, photopolymer has their place as well, and they have some great benefits also. You need to get this set, Sam. Yeah, it is awesome. Now, I don't have the sequins that go with it. I do have the paper, but I will probably share the paper on Thursday on my live, because I'm not using any of the paper today in this project. So I'll share that on Thursday. All right. So let me show you all of these little pieces. We've got lots of little pieces. This is another great project that you can use some scraps. So you know all those little scrappy bits that we keep? This is a great project for that, because you've got all these tiny little elements that are going to use up all of your scraps. Now, these two pieces I did ahead of time just to save some time, and also they're not using the stamps and dies, they're using different products. So I thought, well, I'll do those two ahead of time. But starting out, we're going to have a card base of Very Vanilla. Now, all of the measurements and everything will be on my blog tomorrow, okay? So if I don't go through all of the measurements, or if I miss some of them, don't panic. It'll be on my blog tomorrow. I'll put a link up tomorrow to go through to the my blog. I've cut it lengthways this time, so it's an A4 sheet of cardstock cut in half lengthways. So it is 29.7 centimeters, is that right, by 10.5, scored and folded at 14.85, okay, which is right in the middle, and that gives you your card base, so it's going to open that way. Then we've got a piece of crumb cake, and I ran the crumb cake through with the gorgeous embossed brick 3D embossing folder. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that brick design on there. So you can use the debossed side, oh sorry, the embossed side, or the debossed side. Wait, debossed? Embossed, yes. So you can use the debossed side where the image is pressed down into the paper, or you can use the embossed side where the image is popping out of the paper. I used the debossed side because I love that side, and I used my paper snips to distress the edges. So just open up the blades, ran that along all the edges, curled them in a little bit, and then did a bit of ink distressing with a sponge dauber and crumb cake ink, and then I just ran a little bit of crumb cake ink over some of the detail on there as well to make that really pop. Then with this layer, so this is garden green, and I used the, where is it now? Here we go. The Stripes and Splatters 3D embossing folders, and I used the stripes obviously, and then I went around the edge with the garden green and a sponge dauber. Okay, I was actually looking for these this morning, last night for something else, and I'm like, where are those embossing folders? Then I looked in the tub for today, and I'm like, oh, that's right, that's where they are. So I need these for another project later in the week. So yeah, they are another great set of embossing folders. So those layers are already done, so I don't need to worry about those. Then we've got a layer of copper clay. We've got some more Very Vanilla, which we're going to use as our background here. We are going to do a bit of distressing on that one. we've got a piece of crumb cake for our stamping. And then I've got all these little scrappy bits. So I've got some garden green for the greenery. I've got some, now what have I got? Misty Moonlight and, no, hang on. Which ones did I pull out? Misty Moonlight and, wait. Misty Moonlight and, what was this one? No, that's not the, is that the Balmy Blue? Hang on a sec. Now I'm getting myself all mixed up. Boho Blue, that's right. Boho Blue, Misty Moonlight, Grey Ground, a Pebbled Path, little piece of copper clay. I've got a little piece of black for the lamppost, and I've got a strip here of Very Vanilla for the sentiment. So you can see you can use Boho Blue. Thank you, Amber. Yes, I went blank then. I thought, wait, which blue was that again? Yeah, so you can see you can use all your little scrappy bits for this project, which is super awesome. So we're going to start with some stamping first. So I'm going to pull out my crumb cake and my little strip of Very Vanilla. So we're going to stamp the shop, which is in 2 pieces, and then we're going to stamp the sentiment as well. We're going to do a little bit of inking and all of that, and then we will put everything, I will do some die cutting and then put everything together. So we're going to do some inking on these ones as well, and all these little pieces we'll put over to the side for the moment. All right, so we'll start with this. All right, I'm going to pop the card up out of the way so I don't get any ink on it. Actually, I might put it over that side today. Running out of space today. All right, now, because we are using a photopolymer stamp set, I should say, it is a good idea to use a Stampin' Pierce mat. The Stampin' Pierce mat is a foam mat, and it gives you a bit of cushioning underneath your stamps, because the photopolymer stamps are a very rigid material, so there's no give in them like our like with our cling stamps. They have the foam built into the stamps underneath the red rubber. These ones don't, so you need to have a good, now some of the photopolymer stamps you can get away without using the pad, okay, and they stamp quite well. Other ones that are a bit more detailed, it's a good idea to have the pad underneath your cardstock. I like to cover it up with a little bit of grid paper just so I don't get ink on there, because, you know, I can be a bit messy sometimes. So that's one tip. Now, the other tip is when you first get your photopolymer stamps, make sure you give them a good clean, whether that be on your chamois, and my chamois is looking a little bit scungy, but it does get washed. It just stains a little bit, but it's okay. It stains a lot actually, but it still cleans your stamp really well. So just make sure you give them a really good scrub on your chamois before, or your whichever cleaning implement you use, before you use them. Because when you first get them, they come with a bit of manufacturing oils on them, and so the ink doesn't like to stick to them straight away when you first get them, because it's got that oily residue. So if you give them a clean and then stamp them off onto some paper, if you find you're still having trouble getting the ink to stick to them, take out your Versamark ink. Okay, take out your Versamark ink, ink that up with your stamp. Ink it up with your Versamark, and then stamp that on some scrap paper, give it a good clean, and then try stamping it onto your colored ink pad, and hopefully then that will get rid of any excess residue, and then your ink should hopefully adhere to your stamp easily. Okay. The good thing about these is that they are clear, so you can line them up. Yeah, which is a great benefit as well. So I'm going to stamp onto crumb cake using Early Espresso, and we've got 2 parts to the shop. We've got the lower level and the upper level, and they are 2 separate pieces. So I'm just going to ink up my stamp. So you can do one of 2 things. You can take your stamp directly to your block if it's not too big for the block, and you're just going to tap, tap, tap. You don't want to push your stamp down into your ink, because then the ink will get in between all those little grooves and detail, and you don't want that. Okay, so you're just going to tap, tap, tap a few times. The other way you can do it, especially if it's a large ink pad, take your ink pad to, sorry, if it's a large stamp, take your ink pad to your stamp and tap, tap, tap that way. Okay, and then just have a look, make sure it looks like you've got a good even coating there on the stamp. And then you're just going to stamp that onto your cardstock. Okay, nice firm pressure. You don't have to squish it into the cardstock, no rocking, just straight down, straight back up. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to clean that. We're actually going to clean that straight away because that is a dark pigment ink, and I don't want it to stain or excessively stain my stamp. So then just give it a bit of a twist and a press into your chamois, and then stamp it straight away onto your paper, your scrap paper, to dry it off straight away. Okay, so there's a few tips. All right, now we're going to stamp the top part of the shop. So I'm just going to ink this up, tap, tap, tap a few times, do it about 5 or 6 times. Now I did push a little bit hard because I can see I've got a little bit of ink there inside the window, but hopefully that won't transfer. Okay, nice firm, even pressure. Notice I'm putting pressure over the top of the stamped image as well. There we go. Okay, so you don't have to push it down really hard into your cardstock. You just need to do even, firm pressure. All right, and then we'll give that one a clean. I'll just close this one up. And then stamp off. Good. Now, because it is a deep pigment, you might get a little bit of staining on your stamp, but that's okay. So long as you have cleaned it all off, then you're good to go. It doesn't damage your stamps. It's just that the photopolymer is porous and it likes to hold those strong pigments. All right, so they're ready to die cut. Oh, actually, we've got to stamp the little lights as well. They are also in Early Espresso. I nearly forgot about them. So these are the little lights in the window. So tap, 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 and line them up. I'm just going to bring this right down towards me. I might get my head in camera, so forgive the grays. And I'm going to try and line them up as best I can. There we go. Oh, not quite there, but that's okay. What I can do, that one was a little bit low. I mustn't have held it quite straight. I was focusing on this middle one. So ink off some of that ink, and then I'll give it a clean. Make sure that's clean. Yep. What I could do is take, let me see now. Got an Early Espresso Stampin' Right marker, and if I take the bullet tip, I'm just going to add a little line up to the top there of the window, and now it looks like it's attached. You can't even tell. And this one is just slightly down actually too. There we go. Now you can't even tell. See, little tricks of the trade. All right, so let's set that one aside to dry before we do any die cutting. And the next thing we're going to do is take our little strip and stamp our sentiment. So I'm using Let's Get Together, and I'm going to stamp that in copper clay. So let me reach. Oh, I didn't show you all the colors I was using today. So these are all the colored inks I'm using today. Crumb Cake, Garden Green, Pebbled Path, Misty Moonlight, Copper Clay, and Early Espresso. And I've got some daubers out for some of those as well. We're using Copper Clay this time, so I'll pull that one out. And also too, I do have one Stampin' Blend, which is our alcohol markers. This is the Dark Misty Moonlight. That's the only one we're using on this project. All right, so let's stamp our sentiment. I especially love using the Stampin' Pierce mat when I'm stamping sentiments in photopolymer, because I find you get a much nicer, usually, she says, now let's just see. Yeah, there we go. You get a much nicer finish with the sentiments. All right, so we'll clean this one straight away as well, because again, that is a strong pigment color. There we go. So let's see. All right, so that's nice and clean. Now you can see my stamp has gone sort of like a pinky browny color. That's just because it's holding that pigment from the ink, but I have cleaned it and you can see there's no ink coming off that, so that pigment won't transfer into any of the other colors. So we don't need to be too concerned. All right, now we are going to do a little bit of inking around the edges of that sentiment with some copper clay. So I'll get my copper clay sponge dauber. If you haven't played with sponge daubers before, they are great. I highly recommend them. I use them on just about every project I create. And they come in a pack of 5. I like to have one for every color. You can rinse them out and use them on different colors, or use similar shades, use one for similar shades, but I like to have one for every color. So I do. That's what I have. But yeah, they are a great coloring tool. All right, so that's that. Right, so let's put that one aside to dry. Let's put that up here. Now, the other step I was going to do while we have, oh, I should have left that out, while we have the copper clay out, is we're going to ink around the edges of our copper clay layer. And this one, does this measure 9 by 10.5. As I said, all of these measurements are going to be on my blog tomorrow. So don't worry about measurements too much today. So we're just doing tone on tone here with the copper clay on copper clay. And that just gives us a little border around our cardstock. And it just gives it a bit more of a rustic look as well. We will also ink the little bench, the little park bench, when we've die cut that, but we haven't done that step yet, so we'll come back to that. All right, so we'll pop that aside to dry. And then with this piece here, the very vanilla, just make sure I don't have that copper clay on me. Now let me just check, am I missing comments? Oh, what will I stamp inside the lower shop window? Good point, Amber. I did forget that, didn't I? Thank you so much. I'll bring that back out. I did forget to stamp my little baked goods there. Thank you for the reminder. I was bound to forget something as I was chatting. All right, so we'll do this layer first and then we'll come back to the shop. So this layer is going to be distressed, but we're not distressing along the bottom edge. So we're just doing the 2 sides and the top, and we're going to do our scissor distressing. Okay, so I'm going to start at the top and we're just going to drag. Now you want to have paper underneath you when you do this. You're just going to drag your scissors along the edge to just distress that a little bit. If it tears a little bit in places, that's okay. That adds to the distressing. That's really good. We like that. Okay. This is a little bit messy, so you do want to make sure you've got something underneath to catch all of the little fibers that are going to come off that cardstock. Stampin' Up! Used to sell a tool for this. They don't sell that tool anymore. That was quite a while ago that they had that tool. But now you can, yeah, somebody discovered that you can just do it with scissors. So I like to use my paper snips for this. You just have to hold your blades very carefully that you don't cut yourself while you're doing this. If you hold them sort of where they hinge, and keep your fingers away from the actual cutting edge of the blade. And it's just another distressing technique. I love distressing techniques. They are my favorite. They are my favorite thing. Now I'm working up a bit of a, wouldn't say working up a sweat, but I'm getting a bit warm. I'm gonna have to take my jacket off in a sec. All right, there we go. All right, so then we'll just give those a little brush with our fingers to release any of those loose little bits that might still be sitting there. All right, see all those little fibers we get off there? We'll pop them in the bin. Whoops. Don't sneeze or anything when you're doing that. I'll just take my jacket off. 2 secs while I just get that off. There we go, and I'll take a little sip of water while I'm at it. I forgot to make my cup of tea today. I was in such a rush that yeah, I didn't get to make my cup of tea before I went live today, but that's okay. I'll have it later on. All right, now I like to close my snips as soon as I finish doing that so that I don't cut myself. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of crumb cake ink. So crumb cake and a sponge dauber, and we're going to put a little bit of ink around the edges of this layer. Again, just around the 3 sides, just to give it a bit more of a rustic look. So when I do this, I just try and keep the sponge dauber kind of at, it's not really at a 45-degree, well, I don't even know what angle you would say that is. It's kind of like that, if that makes sense. It's not a 90-degree angle. It's not straight on the edges like that. It's just in, yeah, because I don't want too much ink going down onto those edges, like on the inside edges. I just want it along the very edge. Oh, you're still here, Sam? You're writing some thank you cards. Great, fantastic. How many thank you cards are you sending out this week, Sam? Love to hear that. That's awesome. All right, and then if you've got these little extra bits, we'll just fold them in. Just give it a little bit of a crumple to, I think last week I sent out 3 last week. I try to send out a minimum of 3 each week. The week before that I sent out quite a few. And then the week before that, I think, was when I sent out my swaps. So I had quite a few that went out that week. There we go. So then we can just do an extra little bit of crumpling. And there we go. All right. 36 cards. Oh, my goodness, Sam. Well done. That's amazing. Fantastic. 36 thank you cards. That's awesome. All right, now let's, oh, hang on, that didn't come off. Let me just swipe that off my paper. Now we'll come back and we'll stamp the inside of the cakes. I mean, the inside of the cakes, the inside of the shops. So mine is going to be a bakery shop. And with this stamp here, I'm going to just do a little masking here. So there's this little shelf along the bottom that the cakes or the pastries are sitting on, but I don't want that shelf because I want them to sit right on the window ledge. So I just ran a little piece of washi tape along that little bottom shelf, making sure that I don't mask off the baked goods though. Actually, that one might be a little bit close. I'll just pop that down a little bit lower. There we go. So we're going to mask those off just there. Make sure that tape is sitting nicely under there. Make sure I've got that covered up. Okay, so let's go back to our early espresso. I think I need to put my glasses on. All these little details. My eyes have actually been struggling to focus today. I think I'm just really tired. Just going to fix my washi up on this end. There we go. All right, so we'll ink that up. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, and then we'll remove that washi. And we're going to stamp our little, now it doesn't matter about the top. Now I might need to get my head in here because I've got to line these up. I'm looking through the stamp and trying to line that up with the bottom ledge of the window. There we go. Yay! And that little top bit there, that can either look like an extra shelf or the top part of the window, but it doesn't matter because we're going to cover that bit up with the awning. But there you go. So now we have pastries in our bakery shop. All right, give that one a clean. Oop, there we go, good. All clean. Okay. Now, the other thing, we do have some other stamping to do actually, which I nearly forgot about. We've got a little signpost we need to stamp, which is this one here. So we're going to stamp some Misty Moonlight onto our boho blue. Nearly forgot about this one. So we'll stamp our little signpost. We'll ink this up. I actually need a new Misty Moonlight ink pad. This one I had from when we had Misty Moonlight the first time. And it's gone, it's really, really old. And I hadn't used it for a long time because I'd put it away when it retired. And it's gone a little bit, yeah, it's really dried out and it's gone a little bit hard. So it's stamping okay, but yeah, I'll have to replace it soon. All right, and also I'm using this one. Now this stamp here is this one here. You are such a sweet treat, but I just want the sweet treat for the sign in the shop window, or at the top of the shop, I should say. So I've masked off that top part, again, just with a piece of washi tape, and I did that already. And we're going to stamp that in Misty Moonlight. And now I'm hoping that I can line it up really well. Okay, so I'll just take that washi off. So I've got that inked up. Take off the washi and try and line up the words sweet treat in the middle of my little sign there. Looking through the photopolymer to try and line that up. Oh, that's not, oh, it's a little bit off. It's a little bit high. Can I get away with that? Wonder if I should do it again on the other side. Maybe I'll try again on the other side. Let's do that again. You know what? I might stamp the sweet treat first and then stamp the sign around it. Let's try that. I can't remember how I did it the first time. Here we go. So we'll just mask that off again. Ink that up. Okay, good. Take the washi off. Oh, I did get blue on me. Be careful I don't put that everywhere. All right, so let's stamp the sweet treat first in the middle. There we go. And then we'll stamp the sign around it. So you can do it either way. You can stamp the sign first and then stamp the sentiment in, sorry, you can stamp the sign first, then the sentiment inside it. Or you can stamp the sign first, the sentiment first, and then the sign around it. Whichever works best for you. Different people do it different ways. There we go, that's better. And that way worked better for me today. I do it different ways at different times. It just depends on what it is. So there you go. All right, so we'll give those ones a clean. That's clean. Give this one a clean. Good. That one's done too. Okay. Now with this one, before I die cut it, I'm just going to take the bullet tip of my dark Misty Moonlight, and just to make the sign stand out a bit more, I'm going to just colour using just a very light hand just inside those two lines around the edge of the sign. Just going very carefully because it's a very, very fine section. And with tiny little fine areas like that, I'm not great at staying in the lines. So, got to focus. That's why I'm going quiet, because I'm focusing. Do you do that? There we go. All right, so there's our cute little sign. We'll just add a little bit more there. There we go. So you could have probably used the Stampin' Right markers as well for that, although the Misty Moonlight would be, so this is the dark Misty Moonlight, so the Misty Moonlight in Stampin' Right markers would be a little bit lighter than that. Okay, so that's ready to die cut. All right, now we've got it. Okay, so we've got to die cut that one and that one. They're our layers, so they can go there. So we are ready to do all of our die cutting now, I think. So let's bring in our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Oh, I didn't grab out my plates. Hang on one sec. Oh, did I? Where did my plates go? Oh, yes, I did. There they are. They're in my tub. They got moved to my tub. They were previously on my desk. But that was last week when I was going to show you this. And, you know, lots has happened since last week. Alrighty, so I have got, for my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, I've got my number 1 base plate, my number 2 clear plate. Those two are going down on the bottom. And then we'll put my piece there that I'm die cutting and my dies that I need. All right, so now for the shop, we've got the top part of the shop, this one here. It's going to go up that way. This is the bottom part of the shop. So we'll just line these up, and I will grab some washi tape to just hold them down. Let me see. I have to reach over to grab my washi. There we go. With my washi tape, when I'm using it to hold my dies down, I like to just dab it off on my clothes first, just to pick up a little bit of lint so that it doesn't stick too tightly, because I want to be able to remove it easily from my cardstock. So that's just my little technique that I use. I know some people overseas use the Post-it note tape, but I haven't been able to find that yet. I hear that it's on Amazon, but I don't use Amazon. So I'm yet to find it in our local stationers. They haven't had it so far, but you never know, they might get it. Maybe I should actually specifically ask them to get it in. See if they would get it in if I asked. All right, so that's that one. And then this one, now which way does this go? This way or this way? This way, because we've got the little step. Okay, so with this die here, you've got the little bit that juts out at the side, and then this little bit just cuts in a little bit just here where the stairs, you've got the little stairs sticking out just there. Okay, so then you know which way. And the two top bits, they actually are the same shape, so can work that out that way. There we go, and we'll just line this up. Okay, washi tape that down, washi tape that down, and we'll take that through. I'll just put that at a slight little angle if I can. Oh, now I've washi taped it to the plates. There we go. A slight little angle, because we've got straight edges there, and when we have any die that has a straight edge, it's good to put them in at a little bit of an angle. It helps them feed through the rollers much better, because those straight edge dies, they can, you know, catch a little bit on the roller. Oh, no worries, Sam. Yeah, okay, all good. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for sharing my video as well. Have a great afternoon. All right, there we go. Okay. So there we go. We've got the two pieces of our shop. They're going to join together like that. So we've got the lower story and the upper story, or the upper floor. All right, now we've got to die cut all of our other little pieces. I'll just pop those over to the side for the moment. Okay, so we've got our little shop sign, and we have a die for that. So I'll put that around there. Oh, I do need that washi tape. I was going to say, oh, take those off the cardstock later, but I want to reuse that washi. So we will take these off. Pop them back on. I don't even know where I had them now. So usually with my my dies, the majority of them, I do put on magnet sheets, which is great because it's so much easier to get them on and off. And I trace around the dies on the magnet sheets, or the magnetic sheets, so that I know where they fit back on, which is very helpful when you're doing lots of die cutting. Does this one go here maybe? Something like that. I think maybe this one's over too far. That's right, we need that one anyway, so let's take that off. There we go. All right, so we're just going to do our little sign here. So I don't think I asked everybody what they did on the weekend. So share with me in the comments what you did on the weekend. I think I forgot to ask that at the beginning. I was thinking so much about jumping straight in as quickly as possible because I knew that this project was going to take a little bit of time. And, oh, my die moved. Hang on a minute. That's not where it's meant to be. Let's do that again. Oh, hey, Jenny, how are you? Great to see you. I'm great, thank you. I'm a little bit tired today, but apart from that, I'm okay. I had a bit of a broken sleep last night, but apart from that, I am well, thank you. I believe that it's very cold down there. Rose was saying that it's very chilly down there today, and we had 0 degrees here at our house this morning. So I would imagine it would be pretty chilly down where you are. All right, so we're going to put the lamppost on there. Let's see how many we can fit on here together. We want the awning. So there's 2 pieces to the awning. We've got a dark piece and a light piece. The outer part, or the solid piece, is going to be the lighter. Okay. So just chuck that on there. The detail part is going to be the darker, which is the Misty Moonlight. So we'll pop that on there. Oop, didn't dab that off. Let's dab that off. There we go. So we'll fit both of those on there, I'm sure. And then we've got all the greenery bits, and we've got the park bench as well. So let's put the park bench, see if we can fit the park bench on here too. I might be pushing it. If I move the sign, I might move the sign over a little bit. Hang on, let's just pop this. Did you know that your Stampin' Up! Dies, on the back of each one of your dies, it has the code number for the die set. So if ever you are missing a die, or you have a lost die that has come out of its packet and you don't know where it belongs, you can look at the number on your die. Unless it's a really, really old one, you can look at the number on your die, and that is the number of the die set. So this one has got 161332, and if I pull out the die set, the Let's Go Shopping dies, 161332. Here's the number for the set down here. So there you go. So you'll always know where your dies belong. Didn't know if you all knew that, and that's not a tip that I share often. I just thought of it then and thought, oh, I should share that tip. All right, so let's pop all of those through together. Here we go. There we go. So how have you been, Jenny? What have you been up to down there in Tassie? What's been happening? What's the news from Tassie this week? All right, so we're just going to pop out all these extra little bits that have cut out of that die, and then use our little release holes here to just poke out our die cut image. Oh, hey Fee, how are you? What am I making today? I am playing with the Le Shop suite. Well, in fact, I'm actually playing with the Let's Go Shopping bundle, and I'm creating my swap card today. There we go. So there's our little canopy. So the card that I'm creating today, this is my card. This was my swap card. And this is what I'm sharing today. I'm showing everybody how I created it. So there you go. Very cute, this suite. I love the Le Shop suite. It's adorable. And I'm going to be playing with it all week this week. Thanks, Fee. There we go. Okay, so we've got those two little pieces. We'll make sure we get all of these pieces put back on our die sheet, even though I can't remember where I got them from. I'll just stick them all on there for the moment. Got our little park bench here. Oh, you're welcome, Dimity. You're welcome. I shared all of our team swap cards today at the beginning of my live. So if you missed them, feel free to go back and watch the replay afterwards so that you can see all of the team swap cards. Everyone did such a great job. They're absolutely beautiful. We've got lots of fun folds and lots of beautiful layers, and everyone just did outstanding with their team swaps. Okay, so we'll take out our cute little lamppost. Isn't that just adorable? So cute. Got our little sign there for the top. Put our little lamppost back on. We don't want to lose him. All right, and now we've just got to die cut the greenery, and then we can put everything together. That one goes in there. And let's get rid of all these extra bits that we don't need. Okay, so we've got our little bench seat, we've got our lamppost, our canopy, our sign, and now we need the greenery. Oh, and that grey piece does not get die cut. All right, so for the greenery, we're going to cut one of these, and then this one and this one. Now these two go in the reverse of each other. I'm just going to poke out those extra little bits of cardstock that are caught in there so that I make sure this die cuts properly. There we go. So this one and this one. We'll squeeze all of these on here, utilizing this one piece of scrap garden green. Make sure when you put your dies down that you do have a little bit of space between them. It just helps the machine to be able to actually cut all the way through. All right, and then we're going to put our second number 2 clear plate on top, and we'll take those through. There we go. All right, I think that is it for our die cutting, so we can put our die cutting machine away. Okay, so let's pop all of these out. So we've got some big release holes here, which is good. So we can just pop that out there very gently. There we go. All right, and we've got lots of release holes in this one. Now, some of these pieces, some of these little holes will actually pop extra little bits out from the center of these pieces, and some of these holes are release holes. So you'll kind of work out which is which. And if those extra little pieces haven't popped out, just poke them out with your take your pick tool. There we go. Whoop. Oh. All right. Pop them back on our die sheet. And I think that is it for all the die cutting. Oops, we've got to put this piece back. Oh gosh, where did I get him from? Up here? There we go. Good, I got them all back on. Actually, I might be able to put that across there now, so that it's on more sticky until I get it on my magnet sheets. Okay, So we'll pop the plates away. The plates do get a little bit staticky, especially these clear plates. Things like to grip to them. Okay, so we've got all of our little pieces. Now I'm just thinking I didn't ink this piece and I need to. It's a pebbled path. So I forgot to ink that one, so I'll quickly do that. So pebbled path onto pebbled path. Just go around the edges of that one. Again, just because it just adds a little bit of depth of color around the edges, and we did some inking on our other pieces, so we'll just keep with the same sort of theme. This is our little path, our little footpath, or sidewalk as they say in America. There we go. I probably went a little bit heavier on that than I did on my original card, but that's okay. All right. And then we need to ink our little park bench. And then we are ready to put everything together. So fun working with this suite, or with this bundle, even just the bundle, even without the DSP, because it's just so many cute little elements. It really is like paper piercing, or paper piecing, I should say. Paper piecing. Lots of fun. Who had paper dolls when they were a child? Let me know. Some of you older ones, some of you younger people might not have, because they were back in the, well, let's see. I was a 70s baby and I had paper dolls. Fee did. Fee remembers paper dolls. I loved my paper dolls. Was so fun. This is kind of like playing with paper dolls where you just piece everything together. It's super fun. All right, so let's start with some layers first. So I've got my card base. Okay, we had already done this layer previously. I showed you how we did that. So I'm going to put this one down onto my card front. Lots of glue on this one because we've got lots of texture happening there, so we want to make sure that that holds down. So this one's just going on the base, on the card base. There we go. All right, give that a nice firm press. Now the next piece, it needs to have some ribbon wrapped around it before it goes down. So this is the piece that is embossed with the stripes and splatters, or the stripes from the stripes and splatters. And we're going to wrap that with some linen thread before we adhere that. Now actually I've got some old spools of linen thread. I'm just wondering if any of them are going to be long enough to wrap around. Let's see. Probably not, but let's just see. I want to use some of these old ones up. No, nowhere near it. Okay. Maybe this one might be. This one's got a little bit more left on it. We've got all these old ones that when they start to get little bits left on the ends, I just stick them all in one bag. But when you do get the linen trim, you do just get one spool like that. These other ones are just older. Oh, this one might be, this one might work. This one might be long enough. 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. This one will work. All right, I'll just snip this off. Oh, look, it's almost at the end. So why don't I just, I'll just get rid of that whole thing. I'll just take it all off. Okay, I'll just move that over out of the way and I'll do this down flat. And we just want to tie a bow over on the left-hand side, towards the left-hand side with our twine. And as I always say, it's always challenging tying twine and ribbon on camera because 9 times out of 10 it doesn't work first go. But I might have been lucky today. Oh no, it's too short. It's going to be too short, I think. Hang on, let's see. Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit too short. I need to take this one this way a little bit. Let's do that again, shall we? There we go. So yeah, so paper dolls. So only Fee that's here now remembers paper dolls. Oh, that's still going to be short, but it might be okay this time. So paper dolls, for anybody who might be younger, who doesn't know, they basically were these little dolls that were printed and on paper, and you had all different clothing that you could dress them up in, and they had different accessories and things like that. It was all made out of paper, and they had little tabs on them that helped you attach all the clothes had tabs on them to help you attach them to the little paper doll, and you could dress them up in all different outfits, and they had all their different little accessories. And I think one of mine, I think I had a puppy dog one actually at one stage. So the little dog itself was made or printed on cardboard, and then the all the accessories were paper, all printed on paper, and then you just, yeah, you layered them all up on the little doggy and dressed him up. It was really cute. All right, so I'm just going to trim those up a little bit. There we go. Oh, look at this. I've made my signs here all wonky. All right, and I'm just going to pull these down a bit closer together, and you can crisscross them over. We're probably going to hide that mostly with our sentiment label, but that's about where we want to have it. So that's pretty good. Alrighty. Now what we want to do is we want to attach this to our base. So I'm going to use some multi-purpose liquid glue, and we're going to add lots down here because I want to make sure that it sticks either side of that twine. You might even put a little bit of glue on the twine. When I'm sticking any layers down that have ribbon or trim on them, ribbon or twine on them, I usually do use tear and tape, because I like to put the tear and tape over the twine. But I thought today, just for, I was going to say quickness, that's not a word, to be a little bit quicker, I thought I would just use the multi-purpose liquid glue and hope for the best, hope that it holds. All right, so then we're just going to add this layer here. So we'll give that a nice firm press. I did add glue either side of that trim. Okay, so give that a good press on there. I've got a bit of sticky on my fingers now from the glue. Just get that off. So I don't want to get that everywhere. There we go. All right, so give that a good firm press. Get that to hold down there. Okay, and then we've got to put these two layers together. Okay, so we'll just use a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue again. I love my multi-purpose liquid glue because it gives you that wiggle room. You've got time to line things up if they don't line up first go. Just going to line these two up like so, with a nice even border around the edges. Oops, there we go. And then this grey strip, this forms our pavement or our sidewalk or our footpath. Just going to push down those little edges there to make that sit down nice and straight, or flat I should say. You remember paper dolls, Dimity? Yeah, weren't they great? They were so cool. So this is what these sorts of projects remind me of, is paper dolls, when we're paper piecing everything together. Lots of fun. So there we go, we've got our little pavement there. All right, so now we're going to create our little scene on here, and then we're going to put the whole thing onto the card base. All right, so first things first is we're going to put our shop, or actually, you know what, we might put our lamppost first, so then we can make room for our shop. Make sure that we've got everything where it should be, where it needs to go. So put a few dabs of glue here on the light post, the lamp post. Such a cute little lamp post. There we go. And it's going to stand down about there. There we go. Make sure we get that nice and straight because, you know, it's a lamp post. We don't want a wonky lamp post. There we go. All right, now we're going to glue this piece down. Now the trick with this is not to put glue all the way to the top, and I'll show you why. So we're going to put it there. Okay, so don't take it all the way to the top. And then we're going to pop it down here like this. We want to put it over near the lamp post because we want to have room to put our little bench seat, our little park bench. Okay, now with this piece, we don't want to glue that all the way to the top either. So leave a gap, but put glue all the way to the bottom. Okay, and we're going to slip that in where we didn't put the glue at the top of this one. And we're going to slip that in there, line up those side lines here so that it looks like it's a part of the downstairs. Like it's attaching to the downstairs. It's not the downstairs, it's the upstairs, but you know what I mean? Like you want the walls to line up. That's what I'm trying to say. You want the walls to line up. There we go. Okay. And then the sweet treat sign, it's going to tuck into the top of this one. And nobody will ever know that I made a boo-boo on the back because nobody's going to see that. Okay, and then we're going to tuck that in to the top of this one and just tuck that in under the edge there. We want that in the middle, like that. Okay, so that's like it's sitting on top of the little shop. Okay, cool, hey? So cute. All right, so now let's start with all the greenery. I might do this one first. Oops. Okay, so this one is going to go over the top and along the lowest part of the shop, the lower story. There we go. Like that. And then we've got these two here. Now, they do go in opposite directions. So they, yeah, it's sort of like a mirror image of each other. And I want, this one is going to go down the bottom here, and the other one's going to go at the top. So just going to put little dabs of glue. You could use the sponging technique, the sponging glue technique with these because they are tiny little pieces, or you could use the fine tip glue. But I'm just using little tiny dabs of the multi-purpose liquid glue, and that will work just fine. I'm going to have that coming from up here, down the side of our shop. And then this one is going to be along the top. So again, just little dabs, little dabs. Dab, dab, dab. Dab, 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 dab. There we go. And turn it around this way. You could use tweezers for this if you find this a little bit messy. It's a little bit messy, but it's okay. We'll have that growing across there. There we go. Okay, and then our little park bench. Let's get that glue off my fingers again. Our little bench seat. I guess it's not a park bench, is it? Because it's not in the park. It's out the front of the cafe. It's a cafe bench. Well, it's not a cafe either, is it? It's a bakery. It's a bakery bench. Whatever it is, it's going down here. And we're going to pop that there. like that. Okay, so that's our little shop scene there. Now we can attach that onto here, and it's just being attached flat. Not using any Stampin' Dimensionals on this. The only thing we're using dimensionals on is our sentiment label. So I'm just holding this quite carefully so that I don't put my fingers on any of those elements that I just glued down. Okay, then this is going up here. Like so. So just give that a firm press for a moment just to get that to hold on, because we're adhering that to a lot of texture, with all of the texture on the crumb cake layer and the garden green layer. So we want to make sure that's going to all hold. And then with this piece, this is going to go on dimensionals over the twine there. So we want to, oh, you know what else we forgot? I forgot the canopy. So let's put that together. I nearly forgot that one. Put a few little dabs of glue on this one. Oops, went a bit heavy-handed there. Let's take some of that off and use it on these other bits. There we go, and then that's going to be the detail on this part of the canopy. So just line that up. There we go, isn't that adorable? And then that's going to get glued over the that lower window. So just add some more glue to that. Whee. And that's just going to go there like that. Oops, need to slide that over a little bit. There we go. Whoops. There we go. All right. And so now with the sentiment label, I'm just going to use some mini Stampin' Dimensionals for that. Now I've got to take into consideration where the twine is. So if we put dimensionals just either side of that twine, I've got my little minis here. You could use strips. Actually, strips would be good. Let's see, I've got some of my side little pieces that are left from a previous sheet of dimensionals, so we might use those actually. This is a good time to use those. So I'll just get out my tape scissors, my tape snips. These are just an old blunter pair. That's why I keep them specifically for using with tape. And then let's see, oh, we could do a whole strip. Let's just do, actually if I cut that in half, we'll have a strip for the top and a strip for the bottom. And that should work just perfectly. Oh, didn't go right to the end, but I think that should hold. Let's see. Yeah, I might just put an extra little dimensional on this end because that's where it's going to be sitting onto the crumb cake. I've got a couple left on here, so let's use one of those just there. Okay, so we'll take those off. So be sure that you do use those edge pieces of your Stampin' Dimensionals because they come in very handy and we don't want to waste them. So there we go, just lining up the edge here with the edge of our detailed piece there at the top, our focal piece. There we go. And now we just need to add our bling. And for our bling, we are using Rustic Metallic Adhesive Back Dots. Love these. And I've got a couple left on this sheet, so I'm just going to use those up. We're going to pop 2 2 up here. Oh, actually, in fact, with the other one, I think I had the smaller ones, but that's okay. I'll use these 2. And I think I only had 2 on the original one. Should I add an extra one? Probably don't really need it. Could add one on the doorknob. Let's put one on the doorknob. Is that going to be too big? Let's put a mini one on the doorknob. I didn't do that on my first card, but I just thought of it then. I thought, oh, that would be cute on the doorknob. Hang on, we'll get a smaller one. That's a little bit too big for the doorknob, for the size of the doorknob. If I can pick it up, it's running away from me. There we go. There we go. That's cute. All right. So there we have it. There is my team swap card using the Let's Go Shopping bundle from the La Shop suite. Isn't that just so cute and adorable? And this is, yeah, this is a great card that you can use to send to friends, to invite them to catch up for coffee, or yeah, catch up for a chat, whatever. So there you go. So I hope that you all enjoyed that and liked to see how I put together my swap card for my team. And yeah, so there we go. Now I'm not seeing any comments. Let's see. Oh, I think I saw all the comments that were there. Yeah. So does anybody else have this this bundle or the whole suite perhaps? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to flip up while I'm waiting for your comments to come up. I'm going to flip the camera up face to face. So keep putting your comments there while I just do that. Just bear with me one moment. Oh, hang on a minute. I've got to undo this. That's it. It's the opposite way for that one. All right, so I'm just setting this camera back up, so bear with me. We're getting there. All right. And just readjust those lights. Oh, I didn't flip either. I better flip the camera. There we go. There we go. All right. Adjust those lights, and there we go. So what do you think? Is this a card that you would like to create? Do you like layers? Do you like doing lots of layers like that? None of that was fussy cut. All of that was die cut. So those of you who don't like fussy cutting, this is a great project for you because the dies do all the work, which is awesome. You just have to put it all together. And as I said, just like the old paper dolls, just piecing everything together. Although we didn't used to glue them together as such. We had all the little tabs that they used to put the little tabs over the shoulders and around their waistbands to hold, around their tummies to hold their little outfits on, which was super cute. Thank you, Dimity. Oh, Roz says yes, she has the bundle and the paper. Just opened the box after being in Singapore. Oh, how nice. That would have been fun to come back to. Rose says, great card, Mandy. Fee loves it too, says gorgeous. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed that. Really fun card, really fun set to play with. If you haven't seen it before, it's the Let's Go Shopping bundle. Comes with the stamp set and the dies. You can get them separately, but if you get the stamp set, you're going to want the dies, and you get all the extra little bits and pieces with the dies too. I'm just trying to hold that up so they don't all fall off. There we go. So it's a really fun bundle to play with. And the designer series paper is gorgeous as well. And there is so much you can do with that designer series paper. We'll probably be looking at that on Thursday. So I will be live. Let me tilt that camera down a little bit. I feel like I'm up in the air. I'll be live over on my YouTube channel on Thursday at 11 a.m. So be sure to come over and follow me there. If you're not already following me over on YouTube, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the little bell icon while you're there so that you'll never miss out on notifications when I upload a new video. Now remember to, all of the specials that are on, I've got my ribbon and trim sampler at the moment, and as I said, the link is in the comments, and I'll also put the link in my link tree, so it'll be there with all my other links. You'll be able to go straight there. There's 2 options there for you, or you can get it all if you'd like to. Very affordable way of getting a great range of ribbons and trims, so check that out for sure. That's awesome. We've also got the paper sale. Stampin' Up has got the paper sale, 15% off 13 different packs of paper from the annual catalogue. So great time to stock up on your beautiful papers as well. And of course, the ribbons are going to go with the papers, so you're going to want both. And for anyone who has a big wish list or has been thinking about joining, remember that we have the starter kit offer as well. This is getting a little bit curly, isn't it? It's wanting to curl up on me. We've got the starter kit offer as well. So for just $169, you can choose $283 worth of product. You'll get free shipping on that starter kit purchase, plus then an ongoing 20% discount, up to 25% discount on your Stampin' Up products. And you'll be joining a fantastic, fun team who love to craft together and love to share the joy of creativity together. So I talked about that more at the beginning. If you missed it, feel free to go back and watch that. If you've got any questions or there's anything I can help you with, please feel free to get in contact with me. I'm here to help you, and I love to inspire people to be creative. So get your products out and have some great creativity this week, and I hope you have a great week. I do look forward to seeing you on Thursday if you can join me, or over on the replay. So thank you so much for everyone watching here live today on Facebook, for watching the replay, and also over on YouTube as well. But have a great week, everyone, and I look forward to seeing you all again really soon. Happy crafting. Bye.